Welcome back to another Trade Journal video. This is Trade Journal number 46. And before I jump into this week's trades and what I have set up for next week, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of my trades. So jumping into the first trade that I had for this week, it was on APPS. I was in a covered call on APPS, so I owned 100 shares of APPS at $70 per share, so right here at this blue line. And last Friday, so right here on this candle, I sold a call at $70 for a max profit of $195. And as you can see, the price this Friday has closed out above $70. So what will happen is I will get my 100 shares taken away from me, and I get to keep the full $195 for selling the call. As for next week, I don't have any trades on APPS right now. I want to see the price pull back a bit before I sell another cash secured put or try to get into a poor man's covered call. And based on kind of how this price looks, it looks like, if next week is still strong and there isn't a downtrend in the market, it could probably break over this 74 level or maybe even 75. Jumping into the next trade that I had for this week was on SOFI. So what I had on SOFI was a poor man's covered call. So I bought a long-term call option with over 500 days on it, and I have been selling weekly calls against it. So for this week, I sold a call right here at this blue line at the $24 strike price for a max profit of $33, and I actually sold that one last Wednesday, so right around here, I believe, somewhere around there. And as you can see, the price has finished below the blue line, so what happens is my option expires worthless and I get to keep the full $33. Jumping into what I have next week, because I still have that long call with over 500 days on it, I've sold another weekly call against this position. So again, this time I've sold the call at the same strike price, $24 strike price, this time for a max profit of $61. And although the prices or the profit on these positions seems small, that's because SOFI is a lower stock. So if I'm only doing one contract, it's going to be lower value. But from a percentage perspective, this week was around 2.4% and next week is around 4.4%. So really happy with the percentages that I'm making on this trade. The other trade that I had for this week was on TQQQ. So TQQQ has been moving just higher throughout the week. And what I ended up deciding to do was selling a cash secured put on Wednesday. So that would be right here on this candle. I sold a cash secured put at the $97 strike price. So let me go ahead and move this there. So right here is where I sold it. And the max profit on this was $122. And actually I sold it on this candle right here. So this Tuesday. And what I ended up doing was I closed it out on Thursday when I saw this large green candle for $70 out of the max profit of $122. And what that basically means is when you sell a contract, you get to collect the premium up front, but then if you want to close it out, you have to buy back the contract. And in my case, I bought it back for a cheaper price, so I was able to keep $70 of profit. Looking into next week, no trades right now on TQQQ. Again, because the price seems a bit overextended, I do think it can go a bit higher to maybe the 112 region, but I would like to see a pullback before I start to sell cash secured puts or get into any other positions on TQQQ. The one other trade that I took this week was on Wish. So Wish is a bit of a Wall Street bet / meme stock. I took a position on, I believe, Tuesday. So right here, while I was seeing price move up, I ended up getting in around $10. I bought one call option which cost me $350, and then I ended up selling on Tuesday morning somewhere around, I want to say $12. And basically I ended up making $177 off of this trade. And just a quick in and out. I didn't want to hold this long term because these kinds of stocks, when they're moving with this much momentum, can also come crashing down just as fast. But happy with the 50% that I made on that trade. Wish I had taken more contracts, but again, just thinking about risk management, I only wanted to risk one contract. The last trade that I have set up for next week is on Apple. I just got into a poor man's covered call on Apple. So what that means is I bought a long call with over 400 days till expiration, and I have sold a weekly call against it. And I will go ahead and add in a line for where I sold that weekly call. So the call expiring next week, I have sold at the 128 strike price. So let me move this line to be exactly there, for a max profit of $96. So ideally the price stays close by, or if it finishes it only goes a little bit higher, but regardless I'll get to keep the $96, assuming I don't close this contract early. And those were all the trades that I had for this week. Definitely more than a typical week for me. This week's profits were $195 on APPS, $33 on SOFI, $70 on TQQQ, and $177 on Wish, for a total profit of $475 this week. And right now, next week, I have $97 set up on Apple and $61 set up on SOFI, for a total profit of $158 next week. Plus, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on TQQQ, APPS, and Roblox for possible cash secured puts next week. As always, if you have any stock suggestions or want to hear my analysis on any stock, feel free to leave those down below in the comments. And I am thinking about opening up a Discord channel soon so that you can see all of the trades that I'm in instead of having to watch the video to find out what positions I'm in. And you'll also get live updates of when I place those trades. If that's something you're interested in, definitely leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.